I wanted to cover some of the key dates in law for the California state budget. Now, some capital observers believe that all the relevant dates that are applicable to the state budget are contained in the Constitution. However, there are actually only two dates found in the state constitution. They're both in Article 4, the legislative branch. In Article 4, Section 12A, it says that within the first 10 days of each calendar year, the governor shall submit to the legislature with an explanatory message a budget for the ensuing fiscal year containing itemized statements for recommended state expenditures and estimated state revenues. Of course, this represents the first step in the calendar year for the state budget because the governor is required to submit the budget proposal, and it's often referred to as the Jan 10 budget because, of course, it's due no later than January the 10th. In Article 4, Section 12C3, it specifies that the legislature shall pass the budget bill by midnight on June 15th of each year. This is the deadline for passing the budget bill. It does not apply to a budget bill junior, nor to any of the budget trailer bills, and it doesn't require signature by the governor or that it be sent to the governor, only passage by June the 15th. So these, again, are the only two dates related to the state budget that are set forth in the California Constitution. For example, neither our fiscal year nor the May revise or the budget revision in May are constitutional requirements. So let's take a look at the government code. In section 13290, it says that the fiscal year shall commence on the first day of July. The federal government's fiscal year, of course, is October 1 to September 30th, while the state fiscal year is July 1 to June 30th. And this statutory requirement was set by the legislature back in 1970. There's also Government Code Section 13305, Subdivision E. It says that the Director of Finance shall provide to the legislature on or before May 14th of each year all of the following. Note that this requirement for submitting the May budget revision is on the DOF director, actually, rather than the governor. There's also Government Code Section 13305, Subdivision B. It says that the Director of Finance shall provide to the legislature on or before February 1 of each year all proposed statutory changes as prepared by the Legislative Council that are necessary to implement the governor's budget, i.e. trailer bills. So this, of course, is the statutory requirement for trailer bill language to be provided to the legislature by February 1st, which is why the Department of Finance places that language on its website. In Government Code Section 13305, Subdivision C, it says the Director of Finance shall provide to the legislature on or before April 1 of each year all proposed adjustments to the governor's budget except as specified. And this is the requirement for so-called finance letters to be presented by the Department of Finance to the legislature. And finally, there's Government Code Section 13305, Subdivision D. It specifies that the Director of Finance shall provide to the legislature on or before May 1 of each year all proposed adjustments to the governor's budget in appropriations for capital outlay.